Right, 9 May 2025, and today is a very interesting day. We are just waiting for a few hours before going to court, where Zimbabwean jailed Zimbabwean activist Mnangagwa Bunu will be appearing in court for his third time. So this is the third time that Mnangagwa Bunu is going to be appearing in court after last week. So you remember that clip from last week that we showed you where Nyoka appeared in court. But what is very important today is the humiliation that Mnangagwa is facing in Russia. So Mnangagwa has totally been eclipsed by Bukina Faso Traore. So Mnangagwa usually takes almost the limelight at these events. But at this current event in Russia, Mnangagwa has been totally ignored. No one is looking at him. Everyone is looking at Traore, including the Russians. We have sent a jet to collect Traore. You can see that he arrived in a Russian jet here from Bukina Faso. He is getting all the attention. Look at his delegation. So many people over there. He was allowed to greet people, and Mnangagwa arrived with only one person. So Mnangagwa was only able to see one person. He was not allowed to greet people. So when he arrived, you can see Mnangagwa just slowly walking past and bowing to some people who were there. There was a big event for Traore with his delegation making a big fuss. You can see, if you go to a video that is currently online now, you can see how much attention Traore is getting in Russia. He is the most, he's got the most attention of all the presidents. And the reason is because he's actually considered to be someone who's doing something. On the other hand, Mnangagwa is doing nothing and his country is collapsing. You remember that last year, Mnangagwa was able to meet Putin. This time, Mnangagwa was not able to meet Putin. He only met him in public. So it was embarrassing for Mnangagwa. And this is the humiliation that Mnangagwa is facing across the world. Everyone can clearly see that Mnangagwa is not really a big African president. Look at this. This is the only opportunity that Mnangagwa got to meet Putin in public. So you stand in a line and you wait for a chance to shake hands with Putin. Imagine, compare that with last year when Mnangagwa went to Russia. He was able to have a private meeting. He had a big delegation. They sat in a meeting where Mnangagwa was able to talk to Putin for almost an hour. And that is when he made the mistake of asking Putin to intervene in Zambia. You remember that video that we posted last year. It's very embarrassing for Mnangagwa. He's losing face all over the world. And yesterday, Mnangagwa was voted the worst president in Africa. So things are piling up for Mnangagwa, not doing well at all. And I don't even know why he goes to these international events. It's very embarrassing for him. And what happened yesterday, I think maybe get a chance and watch the arrival of the Bukina Faso President, Traore, and you see what I mean. This man is being given almost all the attention by the Russians. I don't know what they want in Bukina Faso, but this is where the attention is. I counted at least 20 people in his delegation, and they were carried from their country to come here. Whereas Mnangagwa just walked there. He was in an Air Zimbabwe jet, in fact, a private hired jet. He spent so much money to go there and not even to get any attention. So it's very sad for Mnangagwa. And let's see what happens when he comes back, what he's going to do. Remember, tomorrow, Mnangagwa is going to be in Belarus. So he's traveling in all these countries, but he's coming back with nothing for the Zimbabweans. So very sad for Mnangagwa. And I know that he's feeling totally humiliated right now where he is. That is Mnangagwa. Right, let's look at key events for today. We've got Mother's Day. So let me remove the banner so that we don't mix Mnangagwa and Mother's Day. The two don't go together. So we've got Mother's Day on the 11th, and the First Lady of the United States has just hosted the military mothers. You can go check it out on YouTube. Very interesting to see Melania Trump speaking over there. I'm always interested to see how she speaks. Melania Trump, she's got away with words. So go check it out, what she just did over there. So what are you going to do for your mother? Some of us, we can't do anything for our mothers because they're gone. So what are you going to do for your mother on Mother's Day? That is the 11th, one of the most important days ever. And today's women, even if they're husband, they want you to celebrate Mother's Day. Then let's go to a bit of business. Today I'm going to be quick because we want to start moving. So where I am right now is quite a distance from the court. So I'm going to start moving very shortly. I want to quickly look at politics, what's happening in politics. The company called Eat and Lick. So Eat and Lick is a food company, a fast food company. They are currently almost shutting down because ZANU-PF has not paid for the food. You see, when you're at the rallies, there are those food packets that ZANU-PF gives. They are normally bought from these fast food companies. So the company called Eat and Lick is now failing to pay its employees because ZANU-PF has not paid for the food that they took. So it's unfortunate that this company is having to go through this, but this is what is happening. Employees are complaining that they haven't been paid for months and the bills have not been paid. Low morale in the company because ZANU-PF took the food, but they did not pay. So it's unfortunate. This is not the only supplier that is not being paid. ZANU-PF has not paid multiple suppliers, and the ZIG is in a massive short supply because the moment they release it, especially the physical ZIG, there's going to be a massive crash of the ZIG. So this is one of the victims of the shortage of the ZIG. And then what else do you want to see here? In Zambia, President Hakainde Hichilema is going to be opening the Kafulafuta Dam today. So today, President Hakainde Hichilema is opening the Kafulafuta Dam in one of the province of Zambia. What is the name of the province? I normally know the provinces of Zambia. This one is called Mpongwe District. That is where he's opening this dam. And I think it was created or built by the UNDP over there in Zambia. Then we have said news in South Africa, and this is to do with missing journalists. So there is a journalist that's been missing since February, and this journalist has been found dead. The body of the journalist Aserie Sibusiso Ndlovu and his wife Zodwa Mdhluli have been found dumped in Mpumalanga. One of the 5 suspects pointed out the location of the body. So there's been a massive manhunt, or there's been a massive search for this body, and also a manhunt for the suspects. So the suspects were arrested, and the journalist or owner of a radio station has been found dead, and also his wife. What they did is they kidnapped the husband at work, then they went home and kidnapped the wife. So then these two were found dead. One of the people implicated is someone who was fixing their car, someone who also took their vehicle. So I do not know if this was connected to work or if this was private. However, speculation is that Ndlovu was working on a very important story and was just about to break it. Let's see what else. President Tumapoko has left Zambia. I think I saw them speaking with President Hakainde Hichilema as he was leaving. So these two countries have got in fact, 2 of the best presidents in the region. The youngest and most democratic countries right now is Botswana and Zambia. doing very, very well, these two countries. And they also have presidents with the best haircuts in the region. So I like it. I like President Hakainde Hichilema. I like President Dumaboko, the two presidents that I like very much. Okay, let's see Mai Jeremiah, what he's up to. There is speculation that Mai Jeremiah has withdrawn the charges. I have not seen any information or any confirmation on a page to that effect. But there's speculation that she was supposed to have withdrawn the charges. So let's quickly look at the Herald newspaper. Maybe there's something in there. Has she withdrawn the charges against the two guys who were out on bail? So let me check if the Herald newspaper is published. The Herald is not published. Let's look at the Chronicle newspaper. If they're published, Chronicle Zimbabwe. This is a very interesting case because if she withdraws the charges, then I suspect that they're going to arrest her for fabricating the whole thing. That is because if she fabricated the fact that these two guys attacked her, then it means she has committed a crime. So I hope that she has not withdrawn the charges. And let's look now at B Metro. I want to take you through to the B Metro newspaper. So in an interesting story in Zimbabwe. So let me show you this story in the B Metro newspaper. So currently there is nothing on Mai Jeremiah. I haven't seen anything. Maybe people are lying. Maybe she has not withdrawn the charges. But I would like to think that this case needs further investigation. So let's look at the big story in the B Metro newspaper. This is a world story in the newspaper of B Metro, that is the Bulawayo Entertainment newspaper. So one of the oldest people in the world has been found in Matabeleland. This is Sekuru Panda. He is 122 years old. So that is the oldest man in the world, or oldest person in the world. Is found in Zimbabwe. And he is Sekuru Panda. You can go check it out in the B Metro newspaper. In fact, they are saying he is not able to get insurance. So life insurance, and let me show you his ID. If you think that I'm lying, or that they're lying, let me show you his ID. This is a Metro ID, and this is going to be important today. In today's case, Nyoka Mabunu's case, is going to be very important. This ID cannot be forged. So you cannot forge this ID that I'm going to show you now. It's metallic, and it is created using a manual system. And that system no longer exists. So this man was born on 12 December 1903. So that is when he was born. I hope that I've got this completely right. Maybe it's not 1903, but there's a 03 over there. That is when he was born, and he has what is called an alien ID that was given. That is Panda Anoloisa, the oldest man in the world at 122 years old. That is amazing, and that is correct. 1903. That is when he was born. Sekuru Panda, the oldest man in the world, and failing to get a funeral policy because funeral policy companies are saying it's high risk. Obviously, if you're 122 years old, we don't expect you to live to 150. That is why they're not giving him life insurance, funeral policy. That's crazy. They should just give the men the funeral policy for free. So if there's a good company out there, please give this man a free funeral policy. He deserves it. The oldest man in the whole world with proof. That is the oldest man in the world, probably in the Guinness World Book of Records. I'm a bit surprised that on his ID, he doesn't look young. So I don't know if they took that ID when he was an old guy or what. But you can see that by the time he had an ID, he was already old. That means probably the ID system didn't exist at that time. when they took his ID. Then obviously, in today's picture, so I want to share with you a picture of the day. There is Fadzai Mahere. What an amazing picture she has shared. Is Fadzai Mahere not the most beautiful woman in the whole country? I think she is. Look at her. And she has shared this on her Facebook page. So you can go check it out on her Facebook page, Fadzai Mahere. So I want to quickly look today at today's Herald. If I can't find it, then we're going to leave it. So Herald, Zimbabwe, once again, what a delayed newspaper. I cannot believe that these guys haven't produced the newspaper by this time. Very, very late to produce the newspaper. Let's go to the South African newspapers. I'm going to go to the Business Day newspaper, always on time. So the Business Day newspaper is always on time, professionally run newspaper. And they are today speaking about a new port. So there is massive infrastructure development in South Africa currently taking place in the transport sector. So one of the biggest things being built in South Africa is a new airport in Cape Town. So there's a new airport under construction in Cape Town. And then we've got this story here about the new fuel terminals being built by the private sector. So the airport in Cape Town is also by the private sector, and the ports are also by the private sector. So you can also go and check out this newspaper. There is a lot here. And then one of the biggest stories in South Africa is the decline of German companies. Many of these big companies like BMW and Audi are struggling because the Chinese are coming in with new brand of cars. So if you are in South Africa here, you find a car called Jaeco or whatever. Those cars are much cheaper, and they've got all the features of a Range Rover and at a less price. So you probably pay like $5,000 a month and you drive a car which is like a Range Rover. And also they've got a warranty for years. So you can have a warranty for 5 years. You don't have to fix it. So you can go check out the Business Day newspaper over here. What else do I have? In sport, this weekend there's a big match at Moses Mabhida Stadium, and there is no space in any hotel in Durban. So all the spaces in Durban are full. All the houses, the accommodation, Airbnbs, they are full today. There's nothing, nowhere for you to sleep if you go to Durban. That is because of a game that is going to take place called the Nedbank Cup Final between Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. So that is going to take place this weekend, and people have already filled up all the rooms. Then in entertainment, Zimbabweans doing very well in the beauty pageants. Kunda Benura Miss Africa, and Courtney Jongwe is in India right now. She's contesting over there, representing Zimbabwe at Miss World. So I think Courtney Jongwe probably the most beautiful woman in Zimbabwe. Plus, she works out. You can see it. So let's see if she wins. This contest in India is going to take place between the 7th and the 29th. My understanding is that there's bombing between India and Pakistan, and I hope that they don't take it out. Because I was talking to students over there in India, and they told me that there is a lot of fear among the students. They don't know what is going to happen, and the parents must just take their kids from India. I always say, who takes their child to study in India? It makes no sense. No one can come out of India with a proper degree. That's one of the countries that is a waste of time. If you want your child to do well, don't take them to India. That place is nothing. Right, let's look quickly at the comment. Gambakwe, unotoda kusimba nekunyebera vanhu. That is Mnangagwa son, Asum Musa. Pasi na Mnangagwa, aka broker. Then maximum, because they don't know what they're doing, like you, Sekuru Wakura. Yes, Sekuru Wakura. And good morning to all of you. Good morning to the father of lies, and good morning to Miss 50 Cent P. And I thought ED was greeted well in Zimbabwe. I'm late to the show, not in Zimbabwe, in Russia. Let me show you what happened to Mnangagwa in Russia. That was a humiliation. Look at Traore. Traore had like 100 people around him. And they took him, they went and collected him. Mnangagwa had one person with him, and he was not allowed to shake hands with anybody. It was embarrassing, and Mnangagwa only got one photo shoot. This is bad. I don't know why Mnangagwa humiliates himself like this. And this happened in public. So there was no private opportunity to talk to Putin. But this man, they are pampering him. I do not know what happened with Traore, why they like him so much, but they're pampering him. I don't follow Traore at all. I don't know why people like him. Like a lot of people seem to like him, but I don't get it. So I've never really watched Traore in my whole life. I've never watched any speech by Traore, and I don't understand it, why people would want to follow him. Because as far as I'm concerned, this guy, I don't even know what he's done. So if anyone knows what Traore has done, write it here. What has Traore ever done for Bukina Faso? Is Bukina Faso a better country now because of Traore? Does anyone know? Or it is just that he wears a uniform and walks around saluting? Because we don't want people who just walk around saluting. We want a country that does well. Is Traore doing a good job? Someone who knows, please write it down. Is he doing a good job? What has he done? Or is he just writing numbers? Like he just comes up with a number and writes it. Say, I produced 100 billion or I produced 300 billion. Has Traore actually ever done anything? And why is he walking around with all the army, like with him? So I want you guys who know to tell me, to school me, is Traore doing well or not? And what has he ever done for Bukina Faso? Or is just a guy who looks good in a uniform? What is it about Traore? Why is it the Russians pampering him like this? It's crazy and unbelievable. I cannot believe the Russians had to go and take him from his own country. Right, let's look at the Star newspaper very quickly. South Africa, the only country where you can read newspapers for free. Every newspaper, every single morning, you can read the newspaper for free. South Africa, you don't have to pay. They like it. They like to give information. And South Africa is a big democratic country. It's not a banana republic like Zimbabwe. Right, so these are the two who were found dead. They've been missing since February 18, and they've been found dead. Right, and over half of South African employees struggle with work-related mental health. South Africa is the drama. People go to work just to fight each other. I don't get it. So over half of South African employees struggle with mental health, and you must add low pay on that. Most guys who work in South Africa, by the first day of pay, they've got nothing left in their bank. In fact, a recent research found out that most of the South African employees, they don't even have 100 rand in their bank. That is shocking. Right, you cannot believe it, but that is true. Most people cannot even afford a burger in South Africa. Before I go, let me quickly look at the South African PSL League or log. I want to show you guys what's happening. There's a team called Sundowns where there's Peter Ndlovu. Look at the log of South Africa. So we're currently at 25 matches. The South African log or season has 29 matches. And currently, Sundowns has got 64 matches. Sorry, 64 points. They are left with 4 games to play. And there's no way they can be caught by anyone. But look at Sekhukhune. That team is done so well. I cannot believe where they are right now at number 3 with Orlando Pirates. Look at Kaizer Chiefs at number 9. That's crazy. And then obviously Royal AM down here with almost, well, they're banned. So they've got 0 games down here. Cape Town City will be relegated and Golden Arrows down here. SuperSport are not doing well because the whole big company is also not doing well. But look at the top 5. Some of the teams in here, very unfamiliar place where they are, including Polokwane city down here, not in the familiar territory. So if you like South African soccer, be in Durban this weekend at Nedbank Cup. That is where it's going to be happening. And everyone is down there in Durban. Now, let's recap. We said today we're going to be at court. If you're in South Africa, come over there. Let's overwhelm the court with our numbers. We want at least 600 people inside the courtroom. The courtroom can only sit 20 people. We need the judges to see that they're dealing with a political prisoner. So there should be no place to stand inside the court at Randburg Magistrates Court. Come and support Nyoka Mabunu. Come and support Mudara Wedu, Mudara Chiwenga. This is the most popular person. And Nyoka Mabunu is a well-known supporter of Mudara Chiwenga, of Mudara Geza. He loves these guys. And he was speaking up to the 31st of March against corruption, Jigananda, people who still cheat and lie. Basically, everyone who works with Mnangagwa. And he loves, as I said, Mdara Chiwenga is going to be the next president of Zimbabwe. So this is what is going to happen in our country. And we like it. We like what is happening. The change is coming. And Mnangagwa is gone. Mnangagwa is gone. Do not allow Mnangagwa to come back from where he's gone. Mnangagwa, now at his weakest, over 90% of all the security structures. In fact, people tell me that over 99% of the security structures now do not like Mnangagwa. They want Chiwenga to take over as president of the country. So police, military, counterintelligence, prison service, nurses, teachers, they want Mnangagwa to be gone and they want Chiwenga to take over as the new president. Minimum salary, $1,500. As soon as Chiwenga takes over, that very week, all salaries will be increased to $1,500 minimum salary. Guys, don't you want to earn $1,500 from $300? You start earning $1,500 net salary in your bank. You'll be able to buy a car after 3 months, a nice car. You'll be able to build a house in a year, and you won't have to live the way you're living now. That is why Chiwenga must take over. And the guys in the military know it, that this man is going to make a massive change. He's not going to try to form a dynasty. Right, I think I've covered everything. Mnangagwa totally humiliated when he traveled to Russia. No attention on Mnangagwa or the attention on Traore. You can see what happened. Traore had like 100 people around him. They flew a jet to go and pick him up over there in Bukina Faso. And Mnangagwa was left alone with one person. This is humiliation. I cannot believe it. From last year when Mnangagwa had all the attention, it is now all gone to Traore of Bukina Faso. But I don't know why they like him. I personally don't know what Bukina Faso and what Traore has done. Let's see if anyone says what they've done, what Traore has done. Right. One day they will see that Mr. G is a reporter, not a journalist. He creates stories and report them. Mr. G, Adopenga G. Let's see what else is there. Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Shuruka. Gambakwe Media is amazing. Let me tell you about Gambakwe Media. The biggest media house, not only in Zimbabwe, but across Africa. In terms of streaming and giving you the news, there is no one else. There's someone I watch every day. Even if it's painful for me to watch, I watch from the beginning to the end. That is Bishop Nyamakanga. You know, to me and Bishop Nyamakanga, we always talk about each other. But let me tell you about Bishop Nyamakanga. He's the only man of God in Zimbabwe that is currently standing up and speaking up. And he's currently in court. And every day, I watch him. He's very active. Go and subscribe to him. And I like that man very, very much. I try to post him to talk to him last week, but I've been traveling, so I didn't see what he said to me. But guys, we are going into a new season. The season where we're going to do very well. Our country is going to do well. However, I want to encourage young people. Mnangagwa has taken out his checkbook. He's buying off people. He's paying off people. Being paid off and selling out is against the word of God. So if you are sold for 30 pieces of silver, you are going to go to bed and you're going to cry yourself to sleep, because our country, when it does well, you are going to be on the other side of the sellouts. So don't sell out. If you're in police, if you're in intelligence, if you are in ZANU-PF, if you're in the media, don't sell out. Don't be bought by Mnangagwa. Stand firm. We're just about to get to the end of Mnangagwa's rule, and we're going to have a new president. Don't sell out. You're going to feel so bad when a country does so well. You're going to be like those people that when you're supposed to talk about what's happening, you are not able to talk. You're not able to express yourself. Don't be in a position where you're owned by someone who's leaving, someone who doesn't like, who's not liked by anyone. So don't sell out. Move away from selling out to Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa arikuuraya vanhu nenzara. Mnangagwa has destroyed our health sector, education sector, everything. Mnangagwa has destroyed it. So don't sell out. Support people who are fighting for change. And that is people like Mahere, people like Chamisa, people like Comrade Nyokayama Bunu, Mudara Geza, Mudara Chiwenga. Mudara Chiwenga is amazing. I love him. I cannot believe Chiwenga is loved by everyone. I cannot believe what has happened. Like everywhere I go, people love Chiwenga. What has happened to this man? It's amazing. Chiwenga is loved by everyone. So support these people. Let's have a change in our country, and don't look back. Don't sell out. Let's see what Chamisa said. In fact, this is Chamisa News Channel. Go over there on Facebook and search the Chamisa News Channel. When you want to make a new beginning and a clean start upon a new direction, avoid making old mistakes. So this is amazing. And let me see what Hopo has said. I actually check out Hopo almost on an everyday basis. If you go to Instagram, Hopo is most busiest on Instagram. So if you type Hopo Chingono, right? He's probably the most busiest person over there. It's called Daddy Hope 2. I don't know why it's called Daddy Hope 2. I think someone went and formed Daddy Hope 1. That's crazy. So go check out. If you want to know what's happening, the important stuff, you go to Hopo Chingono and check him out over there. Like I said, guys, let's not have unnecessary divisions. Don't fight each other. There is no news story that is relevant that you won't find on Hopo Chingono as Instagram. And also, he's got a hub called the Information Hub. If you click there, every PDF of importance, you're going to find it over there. Let's see what he's saying about Hosea Chipangu. So, aisi ese matambudziko panyika angada vana godobori kana maprofita. Mamwe maprofita atorine mafactory kana kuti makambani nema ofisi ari kushanda kuti avepo. So go and read that. Hosea Chipanga, Mudara Anoroa Music, Pisa. Right, I think I've covered everything, guys. I'm talking longer than Makandiwa. Makandiwa, the guy with the biggest house in Zimbabwe. So let's recap. We said Mnangagwa totally humiliated in Russia. All the attention on Traore. Traore had a big delegation. They went and picked him up in his country, in a Russian jet, and they let him get the salutes. He greeted everybody. When Mnangagwa arrived, soon after, he was only able to meet one person, and he only met Putin in public. They did not allow him to have a private meeting. I do not know why Traore is so popular to the Russians. What do they want from him? There's Stella. Says, Traore, young and vibrant president, who surpasses those who think are old and experienced, but alas, shame on them. Why not learn from this young man? I don't know what he's done. So what I promise you guys I will do, because I don't know. I'm going to go to Bukina Faso before the end of this year. I'll soon be traveling to America. I'll let you guys know when I'm going to America. And then after that, I'll go on my way back. I'll try to go to Bukina Faso and see what's happening. Why do people say Traore is the best president? What's happening? I want to go over there. But very soon, I'm going to be going to the United States of America, the home of capital. If you go to New York and you pass through the New York Stock Exchange and you pass through NASDAQ, I've got pictures in all these places. There is no feeling like that. And I wish I can take you guys. In fact, I want to approach the American embassy in Zimbabwe and ask them to scrap visas for Zimbabweans. Mopinda mahara, akana chiwenga akapinda. Mopinda mahara, I'll talk to them so that if I have visa, and then you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. There is no experience like being in America. The moment you land in the United States of America, you understand what I'm talking about. There is nothing like America anywhere in the world. That place is the home of capital. So much money. There's a guy who can give you $1 billion in America and you won't even feel it. There's a guy who can lose 10 billion in one day and you won't feel it. Whereas in Zimbabwe, our biggest billionaire, who you strive, he has lost in the past month 30% of his value because the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange has been crashing. And that is because the ZIG is a total mess. And this is happening under Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa arikuuraya vanhu nenzara. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I would like to see you at court today, 9 a.m. Let's meet over there. Don't be afraid. If I'm killed by Mnangagwa in South Africa, then there is no safe place on earth. South Africa is a free country, a country with rules, a country with democracy. Don't allow Mnangagwa to come down here and take over with his abductions and lies and fake documents and whatever they're doing in Zimbabwe. They cannot do it here. Let's stop Mnangagwa from spreading this dictatorship across our region. I will personally make sure that there is a recording of everything going on at court. Last week, they brought intelligence agents to abduct Nyoka if he was granted bail. We've got a recording of the whole thing. We had people watching the whole thing. And this week, there's even more people watching what they're going to do at court if Nyoka Mabuni is released and they try to abduct him. Yesterday, they brought people to photograph people and to take pictures of cars. Those people were totally chased from the place. And that was amazing. I like it. The security team doing very, very well. This is not Zimbabwe, where you can do that kind of thing. That's not allowed in South Africa. South Africa is a democratic country. We will call Malema, we will call Helen Zille, we will call President Ramaphosa if you come here and try to do your trababulous behavior. Mnangagwa, Juma jokes, Shaka broker. We don't like it. So I'd like to thank all of you for watching. Remember our sponsor, Mve. If you're not checking Mve, you're missing out. Mve is the most powerful herb ever. So buy yourself a packet of Mve. If you're in South Africa, get a free jacket. If you're in Zimbabwe, get a free jacket or a free blanket. And if you're one customer who has bought 2 packets or more, you get a free packet of Pro Wipes. Don't just go to bedroom like urukupinda mumwena atidi vanhu vari zvigananda. Right, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I'll see you again. I'll be live very, very soon, within the next 3 hours. And a good day to you.